What's going on, guys? Mocharex here, and welcome back to another video. Now in this video, I'm going to be taking a personality test because I'm honestly curious as to what it's going to say. I'm going to answer this as honestly as I can, and if you want to follow along with me and take this test for yourself, it'll be linked down below. And let's get into it. Alrighty. 16 personality test. You regularly make new friends. No, I don't go out of my way to make new friends. Like, if I'm playing a game and there's like someone I'm talking to, like, while I'm playing, and like we are getting along and stuff, then yeah, I may like do them a friend request. But I don't even talk to the friends that I do have. Shout out Joseph and Jesse. I'm sorry that I haven't been playing games with you guys. They always send me messages. They're like, hey, want a game tonight? Or you off today? You off work today? I'm like, yeah, nah. And it's bad on my part. Alright, you spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interests. You spend a lot of free time exploring various random topics. Not really. Seeing other people cry can make you want to cry too. No, not really. So whenever people are like crying or like emotions, I'm like, what do I do? What am I supposed to be doing? I don't know how to handle the situation. So yeah, it doesn't make me want to cry. I just feel uncomfortable. I just don't know what to do. So yeah, am I even recording? Okay, cool. I had to double check, cause yeah. You often make a backup plan for a backup plan. I would say no on that. So what I do is, the night before, I'll think of everything I need to get done, or everything I'm doing. Like maybe it's just work, or maybe I'm like, okay, I need to record tonight, or I need to stream. I'll think about my plan, and then say internet's down, for example, and I can't stream. I would just be like, okay, I'll just do this thing instead. Like on the spot, I think of a plan. I don't think like, okay, so if the internet goes down tomorrow and I can't stream, I'll do this, or if that can't happen, I'll do this. I don't think of a backup plan for my backup plan or make a backup plan. It's just on the spot, I decide like, okay, we're doing this instead. And that's just how my brain works. It's like one or the other. It's just like one or the other kind of thing. You usually stay calm even under pressure. I would say so. I think so. Because I work in retail. So, like, we're always really busy. Like, where I am currently, I'm off work today, of course, obviously, recording this. Well, actually, you can't tell. This could be 3 a.m. or it could be 3 p.m. You don't know. But I'm off work today, and it's supposed to be like snowing and ice, and I live in the South, so when you hear the word snow in the South, people freak out. So I'm off work today, and it's like really busy at work. I may stop by and be like, heh heh. But yeah, I'm good at handling under pressure. That's what I'm trying to get at, because it's busy environment and all this and that. I'm just going off a rant now. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. Yes, very much so. So, yeah, I don't go out of my way to make new friends. I rarely leave my house except for work. So, if I'm like going to talk to someone or there's someone new, they have to initiate the conversation to me. And most of my social interaction comes from either here on YouTube or at work. Like outside of this, I don't really socialize. So I already feel like this is going to be like, you're introverted as fuck. I feel like that's what the test is about to be. Alright, you prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. I'm going to say somewhat agree on that. So there are different mini projects or like fixations that I have, like artwork, for example. I have a few art pieces that I have not finished. Like I was starting fan art for a friend of mine. Like I was drawing something for him, and I did the background of it, and I just haven't gone back and finished it. But say for like video games, I will sit and play one video game until I finish it. If it's one for the channel, that is. I will sit and finish it. Like you can look back on my channel and see that it's just like one game at a time kind of thing. Because if I start a game or start multiple series on the channel or with anything, I will just get overwhelmed. So I'm like, all right, I need to finish one at a time. So yeah, I would say in that aspect, I am like that. You're very sentimental. Yes. I get attached to a lot of stuff and get sentimental about a lot of things. And yeah, there's not more to add to that. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. A little bit. I do use a list. I don't really schedule except for, like I said earlier about the backup plan thing. The night before I'll think about all the things I need to do. And then I'll just figure out an order to do that. But I don't really schedule, like fully schedule stuff. List, yes. I have this notebook here that has like different video ideas and like games I want to play. So I do like lists, and I try to use lists as much as I can. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall ability to, and I'm having a stroke apparently. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Somewhat disagree. So if I'm like, make a mistake, I do second guess myself all the time. And so I would say so. Yeah. But it's not like a constant thing. Like every small mistake doesn't cause me to doubt myself or like what I can and cannot do or what I do or do not know. But I'm just like, I kind of like hold back. I'm like, I could be wrong about the information that I have. But yeah. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and starting up a conversation. I am not a Skyrim NPC. So yeah, I'm not gonna just strike conversation. Like, don't talk to me. I'm not gonna go up to talk to you. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analysis of creative work. You are not interested in discussing various. I would disagree. Like, I feel like I'm a creative mind because, well, one, YouTube, that, and I enjoy, like I said earlier, artwork, and I enjoy music and like the process of making a song or making artwork or putting the video together. It's like a giant puzzle to me. And it's just like when things just fit right, and someone talked to me about like, hey, I have this art piece idea, or I have this idea for a song or a video. Like, I just want to talk like creative stuff with people. And it's one frustrating thing is I don't have many like creative friends. So I'm like, I don't know who to talk to about these creative ideas, and no one comes to me for these creative ideas. So that's one kind of thing. Anyways, you are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Agree. I am more of a logic person than a what's the opposite of that? I follow more like logically. Like, okay, logically, I need to do this thing, or this makes sense logically to do this. So that is like how my brain works when it comes to like decision making or stuff like that. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. I don't really follow a daily routine per se. Yes and no. Like, I'm not like, okay, I have to wake up, eat breakfast or eat lunch or whatever, because I get up at like 2 p.m. It's more of like, okay, I gotta wake up, get ready for work, come home, YouTube, and then bed. But it's not like a time thing, or, you know what? I'm just gonna say agree. I'm just gonna say usually wait, no, what do you like? No, it would be disagree, because it's saying that I like to do what I want at any given moment. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Agree. I don't care what you think of me. I used to think what people think of me, and I know that probably sounds very weird coming from content creator. Like, hey, you're a content creator. You want to have a good impression on people. No, this is me. This is my channel. This is how I am. And this is me in person. Don't care what you think of me. This is how I am. And I don't care what you have to say about me. I mean, if it's something like negative or toxic that I'm doing, yeah, let me know and I'll work on it. But outside of that, yeah, don't care that you don't like, I don't know, just thing about me. You enjoy participating in group activities? No. I prefer playing, doing things on my own. If the option is there to do things on my own, I will do it on my own. But if it's a group activity, yeah, I'll join in and participate. Just like give me a role or give me something to do. Like if it's a group activity and it's just like, okay, it's group activity, like at school, and no one's doing anything, I don't know what to do. I need someone to give me, like, I need directions and order and construction. That's like with group stuff. I'm not really more of a leader person. So, yeah. You like books and movies. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending. No. I like movies to just be like, hey, here's the ending of this movie. This is the end. This is how it is. Don't really think about it. Yes, I will think about movies afterwards. Like, for example, Marvel, because they always do like the end credit scene or post credit scene where it's like, hey, there's this thing. You don't know what it's about, but something's happening. And then it makes me think, I'm like, okay, how is this going to connect? Where is this going to go? And I'll think about movies in that sense. But say it's like a standalone movie. Yeah, I don't want to think about the ending and think of how to interpret the ending of the movie. Just tell me how it ends and stuff. But with like superhero stuff, then yeah, I'll think about it and give my theories and stuff. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. I'm gonna say somewhat disagree. Like, I do like helping people, and I like seeing other people get things accomplished, but I also like doing my stuff and having my own sense of accomplishment for myself. Like, I don't do stuff and finish things to be like, hey, look at me, look at what I did, look at my accomplishments. It's more like, hey, I did that. Cool. Next thing. So, but I do like helping others. You are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Somewhat agree. So, like I said, this notebook has bunch of different like games and stuff that I want to play, and I'm like, how am I going to finish this all? How am I going to get this all together? For example, Hogwarts Legacy is coming up, and I'm like, okay, what's a game I can play on the channel in the meantime that won't overlap that game? So it's just like stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I have this project coming up, and I know I have this one. How do I do this? And it's just like there's too much content to be made, so it's hard for me to like find a way to get it all out there, basically. Oh, did I even interpret that right? You're interested in so many different things, you find it difficult to choose what to try next. Yes, okay. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. A little bit. So, I do think in my mind, like, okay, let's imagine that things are just going to be absolutely terrible, bottom of the barrel, worst possible scenario ever. And then I prep for that, so that then everything above that, above the bare minimum, it's going to be a great day. It's going to be great. So I do, not all the time, but a lot of times. You know what? I'll just go right in the middle. Like, it could be either way. It could go either direction. You avoid leadership roles and group settings. Yes. So, it depends on the thing. Like at work, I'm a closing manager at my job. So I get to tell people what to do, but I don't see it as that. Yeah, I would say I avoid leadership roles, because even at work, and I am technically the closing leader, I am still like, hey, even though you're a cashier or a stalker and I'm a manager, I see us as equal, and you can give me ideas of what to do. And like, yes, if I am needing to step up and be manager, I will, but I see myself as an equal. And so like, it's like we're all putting in the same amount of effort kind of thing. So yeah. And for stuff like outside of that, not really like leadership type things outside of work, because with this, I'm just doing this on my own. I'm talking to a camera, essentially. So yeah, I would say I avoid leadership roles, considering my job as a leader. I do not do that. You are definitely not an artistic person. Disagree. Like I just said earlier, I want to talk about artistic things. About like YouTube, streaming, or just content creation in general. And then with music and actual artwork, like I want to talk about that stuff and like bounce ideas off of each other. So yeah, I would say I'm an artistic type person. You think the world would rather be a better place if people relied more on rationality and less on their feelings? I would say so, yeah. If people were more talking about like less of like, hey, this is how I feel and this is my opinion on this thing, therefore it is not right, is not the way of thinking, in my opinion. So I feel like if people talk like, okay, rationally and logically, we should do things this way, not because I dislike this thing, therefore we should not do things this way. That's just my way of thinking. You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Somewhat disagree, because sometimes like work is just overwhelming or something, so I'm like, I just need to sit down. Like even at work, I will go into like one of our offices or in the back room and just sit down. I'm like, I just need a moment. Like, let me regroup and then let me get back to doing my stuff. Everyone needs to take a break every now and then. You enjoy watching people argue? No. If it's like in game, like my friends in a game, yes, I want to see that all the time. I will film it and upload it to youtube.com for entertainment purposes. But if it's like out in public or just random people, yeah, take that somewhere else. Like, I don't want to see that. No one wants to hear that. Keep it to yourself. You tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Agree. I know that's a shocker. I'm a YouTuber. I want people to pay attention to me. I want people to watch and stay as long as possible on the channel. Outside of that, don't look at me. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. I'm just another person in this floating rock that is in space, known as Earth. Yeah, it's basically how it is. So it's actually really weird because to me, there's like 3 different like versions of myself. There's me right here in front of the camera talking and all that, trying to be entertaining. And then there's me at work where I'm like quiet, get things done and all that. Then there's me like outside of work, just outside of the camera and all that. And it's just the different versions of myself. Yes, they're similar and it's all the same person, but it's just funny that it's kind of different versions of myself. Your mood can change very quickly. No, a little bit disagree. So my mood doesn't really change very quickly, but depression and anxiety are a thing. So it can just be like, yeah, I'm all good, and then slowly, just like a slow fall of just like, yeah, no, we're not good anymore. But yeah, my mood doesn't really change very often. It's more of like I am neutral all the time, and then either something happens and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing good, or yeah, something happens. Like I said earlier, it's one or the other. Alright, you lose patience with people who are not as efficient as you. Agree. I'm like, hey, I can pick up this thing. I can think logically and rationally how this makes sense. Other people should. And so sometimes I get frustrated. I'm like, yeah, no, okay, let me just do it. You go do this thing. I will do it. And yeah, sometimes I get frustrated. And yeah, and I'll lose patience. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Somewhat agree. I used to all the time, like, be like, okay, I have a video that needs to go up tomorrow. I need to record, and it's like midnight, and I'm like, yeah, this is not gonna go well. But now I'm like, currently it is the 30th of January, and well, you know when the day is. When am I uploading this video? Hello, calendar. It's going up on the 3rd. So to give you a span of how long in advance I am planning this video. So now I take my time and try to plan things out. But there are things at like work or like in life that I'm like, okay, it's the very last possible and time I can do this, and I will wait. Yeah, if I'm given a deadline, I will probably wait until the moment before the deadline. You have always been fascinated by the question of what if anything happens after death. Yes. I don't think about it all the time, but I do think about it quite often, where it's like, I wonder what happens if we die. Like, is it just gonna be nothingness? Is there heaven, hell? What is it gonna be? I like the idea that the show Moon Knight actually presented, is that whatever your belief system is, or like say you believe in the Egyptian gods, the Christian god, Hindu, whatever it is, whatever you believe in, that is the afterlife you will have. And I kind of like that idea. It's like everyone's happy kind of thing. So like whatever you believe is where you will go. So yeah, I think about it quite often. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Disagree. Like I said earlier, leave me alone. My girlfriend is like a let's be together, let's spend time together, and I'm more of a we are in the same house. We are spending time together. Like, she can be behind me on that couch and I'm doing my thing over here. She's doing her thing over there. We're not talking to each other. Perfectly fine. We're spending time together. We are doing things together, even though we're doing our own things. We are still spending quality time together. Same for if she's upstairs and I'm down here recording or playing games or whatever. I'm like, we are still spending time together. Yes, I do not physically see you, but we are still in the same general area, spending time together. And that is just like how I think. And I do prefer to be more on my own, like I said earlier. Yeah, I'm very introverted. Alright, you become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. No, I like theoretical, I like philosophy, and I like to question things and think about it. And so when things get theoretical about different topics or stuff, that in my mind, that opens up a whole new can of worms and new possibilities. And it's just very interesting that when you add like theoretical stuff to things, and it's just really awesome to me. You find it easy to empathize with the person whose experiences are very different from yours. I'm gonna be neutral on that. Whose experiences are very different from yours. I try to be empathetic, but if a situation is different than mine, I can't really be empathetic. But it one of those things. It can go either way. It just depends on this situation. You usually postpone finalizing decisions as long as possible. Somewhat disagree. I try to like finalize decisions like as soon as I possibly can. Because then I'm gonna just constantly be thinking about it and just overthink it. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just get it done as soon as possible and finalize decisions as soon as possible, so we can have that structure and order that I basically need to be mentally okay. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. I second guess myself all the time. After a long and exhausting week, a lively social event is just what you need. Nope, leave me alone. I need to be alone after a long week. You enjoy going to art museums. I somewhat agree. I've only been to an art museum once and I really enjoyed it. And I would like to go to another one. Think it would be really cool going to different art museums. Yeah. But I just haven't been. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Yes. That is called autism. Moving on. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Mentally, yes. Because we talked about it earlier. In my mind the night before, I will think it over. And I will think it over in my mind the night before of everything I need to do. And then try to figure it out the next day, the order I need to do it. You rarely feel insecure. Agree. Yeah, I don't really feel insecure anymore. Maybe like 2 years ago, if you ask me. Yes, I would have. But now, I don't care what you think about me. I don't care at all, like, what you have to say about me. Like, okay, cool, that's your opinion. I don't care. You avoid making phone calls. Agree. I literally got a call today from an unknown number. I'm just like, no, don't do that. Just text me. I hate phone calls. If it's a possibility that you can just text me about it and let me know something through text, yeah, text me first. Don't interrupt me and call me. Basically how it is for me. I'm like, text first, then call if it's worth my time. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Not really. Not really more to add to that. In your social circle, you are often the one who contacts your friends and initiate activities. Not really. Like I said earlier, my friends will text me and be like, hey, you at work today? You want a game tonight? Or you want to do this and that? So they're usually the ones that make the plans, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, we can do that. Or this, yeah, not really add to that. Usually my friends initiate things. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Yes. Like I've been saying, I need structure and order. So if that structure and order has been broken, I will be upset, and I will try my very best to get back on said track. You were still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Not really. I used to, and every now and then it's just like that one thing I'm like, man, that still bothers me that I did that, but I'm like, hey, the past is the past. Nothing we can change it. There's nothing we can change the past, but we can learn from the past to be better in the future and in the present. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life all the time. Like I said earlier, I love philosophy, and I love thinking like those hard questions. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Disagree. I think more logically and irrationally than with my feelings. You take great care not to make people look bad, even when it is completely their fault. Take great care to not make people look bad. Somewhat. I'm not gonna go out of my way to make people bad, but I'm just not gonna intervene and prevent them from making themselves look bad. So I'm not gonna go out of my way to make someone look bad or not look bad. Like, they're probably gonna do something bad and then make themselves look bad on their own, and I'm just gonna let life handle it from there, kind of thing. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Bursts of energy than organized somewhat. Like, I gotta have my list, but I also need that motivation. And if that motivation, I will have that spontaneous burst of energy, and then I'm like, okay, now I have this spontaneous burst of energy. Let me go do this thing because I am now motivated to do things. So now let me go do the things. And so then it's not like, oh, I have no energy, I need to get these things done anyways. It's like, let me wait till I have that spontaneous burst of energy, then I will do the things. And then when the energy runs out, going back to recharge. When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Not really. More like, I'm like, why do you think highly of me? I am just a regular person. There's nothing great about me. I am just a person. I don't really think like, oh, I wonder how long they're gonna be disappointed in me or this and that. It's just more of like, you know, cool. I don't know how to elaborate more on that. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Yes, please. That's why I love YouTube. I am providing some sort of entertainment, playing games, or doing things that pique my interest. And I am doing it alone, and I get to have you guys to come along and enjoy the journey with me. That's what I like about YouTube, both as a viewer and as a creator. Having that layer of, we're just going on an adventure, just you and I just doing things and just going on a journey. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time? Nope. You feel more drawn to places with busy and nope. You know at first glance how someone is feeling? Nope. I am bad with reading emotions. You often feel overwhelmed? No. I feel like some of these are just repeating. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps? Yes. All you have to do is just watch my Lego stream. I even turned the Legos to match the diagram so I can do things in the correct order and absolutely as accurate as possible. You are very integrated by things labeled as controversial. Neutral. You would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Somewhat. Sometimes if I'm like, yeah, I need it, but if I was like, someone needs it more than me, then I will pass it on to someone else. You struggle with deadlines. Yes. You feel conflicted that things will work out for you. Not really. Gender. Male. See results. Alright, what am I? Are imaginative and strategic thinkers with a plan for everything. I'm an architect. I'm 100% introverted. Who would have thought? I had absolutely no idea I was 100% introverted. Introverted individuals tend to prefer fewer yet deep and meaningful social interactions and often feel drawn to calmer environments. Yes. 63% intuitive. Intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded, and curious. They value originality and focus on hidden meanings and distinct possibilities. Yes. Nice. 69% thinking. Thinking individuals focus on that word and rationality, often dismissing emotions in favor of logic. They tend to see effectiveness as more important than social harmony. Yes. 58% judging. Judging individuals are decisive, thorough, and highly organized. They value clarity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and planning to spontaneous. 75% assertive. Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress. They refuse to worry too much and tend to be self-confident when striving to achieve goals. That is very accurate. Yeah. Architect. This is very interesting. There's all my results right there on screen. If you guys enjoy, and you want to try this out for yourself, it will be linked down below. And if you enjoy this and you want to see like different tests, like I'm thinking of maybe doing an IQ test. I think that would be cool. I haven't done an IQ test before, so I'm curious to see what my actual IQ is. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.